Hello children, this is Sridevi working in Tal Padmavati International School, Varangal. Today we are going to discuss a new topic from grade 9 Geography lesson 1, that is India, size and location. Before going to the topic, I know that you all are well known about our country, India. India is a land of cultural diversity. It is a place of different culture and tradition. Since years, this has been continuing still. India has been a land of ancient civilization in practice since early years. Indian ancient civilization considered as one of the oldest civilization which existed on this world, like Indus Valley civilization, which traces the Indian existence in the ancient period. Now, from the past 5 to 6 decades, as India achieved independence in 1947, from then India achieved remarkable progress in the field of agriculture, but also in the field of technology and all the other scientific development. Now, moving to the topic, let us know about the India's size and location. Let us know India's location. How can we locate a place? Yes, you are right, with the help of a map. Even in your previous classes, you might have learned about maps and how they are being formed and how the atlas is being used. We can locate any place in the same way we can locate India on the map. So today, let us know the exact location of our country, India. Where does India is in the map? Yes, India is located towards northern hemisphere completely. Where you can say it as appropriate location of India is towards northern hemisphere. Because India is located in Asia, and in southeastern part of Asia we find where India is located. In order to know exactly and appropriately where the country is located or where any particular place, we need to know the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of a place. Longitudinal extent of India is 8 degrees to 37 degrees north, while longitudinal extent is 68 degrees to 97 degrees east. You can see in the image where you can find the location towards the north pole and towards the eastern side. As you all know, latitudes and longitudes, the parallel lines which are being considered as latitudes and the horizontal lines which are considered as longitudes. Coming to the point, which means that is 8 degrees to 37 degrees north, it is above the equator. You can see in the image the dotted line which is seen on the globe. The dotted line above, if you see the cursor moving on the image, it is above the equator, where you can see the yellow part, our country which is being located above the equator. When we say north, it clearly specifies for us that it comes under the northern hemisphere. So clearly you can understand that Above the equator, the location of India is towards north side. So above the equator, the part completely is called as northern hemisphere. So India exactly located in the northern hemisphere. When it is in the northern hemisphere, the longitude starts from 0 degrees. 0 degrees longitude is the equator. You can see the 0 degrees longitudinal line passing from the north pole to the south pole, and from east to west 0 degrees, which is called as equator. From where towards the above, very close to the equator, we have India. You can see very close to the equator, you can observe a country, India. And the total number of the longitudes are also same as 30 passing through India. You can see both the latitudes and longitudes, exactly 30 latitudes you can see, and number of longitudes also 30, which are passing through India. And to know the location of India, India falls in the northern hemisphere, starts at 8 degrees north. Latitude 8 degrees north latitude and ends at 37 degrees north latitude. And coming to the longitudes towards the eastern side, we find its location from 68 degrees to 97 degrees east. So this clearly specifies that what is the actual location of India. Now let us know the other important longitudinal line in India. The latitudinal extent is from 8 degrees to 37 degrees, as we discussed previously. The same way, between 8 degrees to 37 degrees, we find a longitudinal line passing in between 8 degrees to 37 degrees, which is the north longitude 23.5 degrees in the north, where you find that is nothing but Tropic of Cancer. This Tropic of Cancer divides India equally into two halves, and as it is passing through Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and the other states like West Bengal and other northeastern states, while it is passing through, it exactly divides India into two equal parts. It is just as the equator divides the entire whole world into two equal hemispheres. In the similar way, India has been divided into two equal parts with Tropic of Cancer. So the region present below to Tropic of Cancer experiences the hot climatic conditions because it comes under the torrid climatic condition zone, whereas the land which is present above the Tropic of Cancer comes under the temperate zone region. So the climate is little bit less in heat when compared to southern region. So the northern part does not experience that much heat or high temperature, whereas southern part experience hot and dry days during summer. This is what about the location and size of India. Let us go with the size of India. This is what we heard about location of India. Let us talk about size of India. The total area of India is 3.28 million square kilometers. And apart from that, in the whole world, India's geographical location is 2.4%. Now, 3.28 million square kilometers is a large area or a vast area when we see the land area which is being allotted or found in India. But India stands at 7th place while Russia with 17 million square kilometers at the first place follows with Canada, USA, China, Brazil, Australia, and then in the 7th place our country, India. So out of all these countries, India stands the 7th largest country in the world with 3.28 million square kilometers. Now, the entire land boundary of India is 15,200 kilometers, while the coastal boundary is 7,560. Now, the entire land boundary of India is 15,200 kilometers, while the coastal boundary is 7,516 kilometers. Let us know more about the timeline. Here you can see a country, India. Now, let us discuss about the timeline of India. Indian Standard Time. How is it been calculated? In what way compared to other countries? How the differentiation is seen? And all over the country, how we are getting the same timings. First, longitudes are basically brought into existence to study about the times and to have clarity on time zone. So, the 0 degrees longitude, that is the Greenwich meridian, is considered as the prime meridian where it passes through Greenwich in London. It is the starting point of time zone, as it is being calculated to find the world timings. Now, from there to come, if we come towards India, if it takes the longitudinal or the latitudinal extent, we generally consider only the longitudinal extent for our timing zone. So, the longitudinal extent is now. Let us know about the timeline. Firstly, longitudes are basically brought to the existence to study about the times and to have clarity on time zone. So, the 0 degrees longitude, that is the Greenwich meridian, is considered as the prime meridian where it passes through Greenwich in London. It is the starting point of the whole country time zone. Now, from there, let us come towards India. If it takes the longitudinal or the latitudinal extent, we generally consider only the longitudinal extent for our Indian time. So, the longitudinal extent, if 68 degrees is considered, where it starts from Gujarat and it comes to 97 degrees near the Arunachal Pradesh, there is nearly 30 longitudinal extent present there. So, 30 longitudes are passing through India. So, each longitude takes 4 minutes to cross or to pass. So, there are 4 minutes calculated with 30. 30 into 4 is equal to 120 minutes. Finally, 120 minutes of time can be observed. Here, notice one more thing. If 68 degrees is taken into consideration for the Indian Standard Time, Arunachal Pradesh people would be experiencing 2 hours of delay because 180 degrees of variation is there at. One more thing, if 180 degrees is taken into consideration for the Indian Standard Time, Arunachal Pradesh people would be experiencing 2 hours of delay because 180 minutes of variation is there at Arunachal Pradesh. And if we take the other side of Arunachal Pradesh, the people in Gujarat would be missing 2 hours delay. So, in order to avoid the confusion like this, they have taken the middle longitude as the Indian Standard Meridian Time, which brings the clarity on the time. And now, though we find exactly there is a difference of some time when we take the middle one, because still we have 15 longitudes equally both the sides, but the difference would be very less when compared to 2 hours. So to maintain the standard time in the whole country, they fix the meridian as the standard meridian, that is 82 degrees half or 30 degrees, which is considered as Indian Standard Time. This 82 degrees is fixed as standard meridian for India, and it passes through Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. You can see very clearly in the image where 82 degrees 30 to north, where you can see the longitudinal line passing in the image, which is passing from Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. This longitudinal extent line is considered as Indian Standard Time, which gives the exact time towards all the directions. All over India follows this Indian Standard Time. Now, let us continue the topic with India and the world. Now, let us continue the topic, the relation of India and the world. As we discussed earlier in the topic, India is a land of diversity and a place of ancient civilization since when we look at the landmass of India, we find it very typical because no other country has such a long coastal line, though it is in the northern hemisphere. You can see in the image which shows the relations of our country with most of the other countries and the continents like Africa, Saudi Arabia, Asia, Afghanistan, etc. So when we look at the landmass of India, we find it very typical because no other country has such a long coastline, though it is in the northern hemisphere. When you look at the image, you can see a relation of India towards both the direction. Towards west east side, you can see Myanmar, Asia, Bangladesh, many more other countries. Towards west side, you can see the relations with the continents like Africa, Europe, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, etc. And it is connected with Asia, with other continents like Europe, Africa, the other lands towards South India, which protrudes into the Indian Ocean, where it has the wide range of coastline on Indian Ocean, which justifies the name of the ocean after the country, and it is Indian Ocean, which is towards the south. So the strategic location of India itself brought her to a special position in the location itself. and made her eminent and a special country. India can be well connected through land routes from Europe, through waterways from Africa towards the eastern parts of Asia, and also having a long coastline and Indian Ocean, which also signifies a special place for our country. Let us talk about the relationship of India with the world. India's relationship with the Western countries is not a new thing. India's relationship with the Western countries is not a new thing. It has its relation since 3rd century with the Western countries. India got its cardinal relationship through land routes, trade which had been continued for many centuries from the west to east. With this, many came to know about the ideas of Upanishads, Ramayana, Mahabharata, which has spread to west, and about Indian numericals. Arabs learned the concept of zero from Indians. Then we also have trade with other countries. Then we also have trade with our country, and many other countries also have trade with our country for the things like spices, cotton, etc. Not only that, even the architectural structure were also being revealed in our country. With this, we came to know that from the ancient times, India is well connected towards the west, and proved that we have a very positive relation between the west and towards the east, either though trade or by the kings, since the relation has been continued. Now let us know about the India's neighbors. As you all know, India is with 28 states and 8 union territories. Let us know the neighbors of India. We got both two types of neighbors: land boundaries and water connected boundaries. We got both two types of neighbors: land boundaries and water connected boundaries. On the north, Pakistan, Afghanistan and China, which has been added or joined with Tibet. Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, you can see in the image two types of neighbors which are connected: to the north with the land connections and to the south with the water connections. To the north, we can see Pakistan, Afghanistan, China along with Tibet, which are towards the north, and Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Bangladesh towards east. And then let us know the Indian neighbors. India got two types of neighbors: land boundary neighbors as well as water connected boundaries. You can see in the image India map, towards the east direction you can see Pakistan, Afghanistan, which are in the north, which are being called as land boundaries, and towards east you can see Nepal, China, which is along with Tibet, and towards northeast the land boundaries are Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Myanmar. Towards south, the water boundaries are Sri Lanka and Maldives. Sri Lanka is separated from India through the Palk Strait or the Gulf of Mannar, and while the south of Lakshadweep Islands we have the location of Maldives. These are the Indian boundaries, and there ends the topic with India, size and location. Hope you enjoyed the topic and understood well. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.